Yo, this is a scene for Scepter the Howling Wind, a War of the Apocalypse game set in sunny San Diego. Today, it's a bit of a somber mood as Sullivan Black is kind of off to the side on the Sept. He's very quiet today. He's not an overly loud man in general normally. Very confident, but not normally a very loud kind of a fellow, despite being Australian. Um, well, he's sitting there and he's working on some talons, kind of preparing the vessel to invite the spirits in to make some things. And he'll notice Veronica walking towards him. He'll just look up at her.
She waits to make sure she's not disrupting the Talon chimage.
No, he's fine. He'll motion her to come over.
Okay. So I heard Paris died. What exactly happened?
You have the
Someone
authority.
killed him.
His brow goes up. And he says, "You have the authority of a Galliard to come up and question your elder in such a manner."
No, I do not, but I am interested in finding out if there is a killer to avenge Paris.
No.
As a sepmate, I do have enough respect to actually want to do so.
And yet you don't have enough respect to watch your tone.
Out of game, I am enjoying that.
You look serious.
Veronica has a serious look on her face.
See, you've gotten my point. He was Hirano-stricken and had been for quite some time.
I was not aware of he was suffering that.
Most weren't. He hit it well. They tried to bring him out of it, but he'll shake his head. To be honest, after a point, I don't think you really can come back. No way, it's a death of the soul, of the Garou soul. Well, everybody has different opinions on what it is, but he'll shake his head.
For the information, do you want some gnosis for your chimage?
What information is there to give you? He poisoned himself.
Out of game, it was referring to the information that he told her. It was hinting towards its suicide. That wasn't revealed in the howl.
Yes. Yeah.
So that is information.
Yeah. He'll shrug. He poisoned himself. I provided the poison. We should have seen him. He was wasted, Veronica. Thin. Painfully thin. You could count his ribs. His hair was breaking. It had become so brittle. Poor thing was suffering. I think he used what strength he had left to get Paris here and see to making sure that he'd have a tribe to go to do what he's doing. And after that, he shakes his head.
Pity.
I highly doubt you know what pity is, dear. I'll wink at her.
She just smirks. I can offer you some gnosis to deal with that, help you with those talons.
Nah, I can sell you need to be productive. And he'll take the offer.
I'll give him 2 gnosis, because I'll just recharge it throughout the week at the Karen. Because out of game, even though Veronica won't watch her tone in game, she'll just show respect in a different manner.
He notices.
It's the outer game. It's the alpha complex.
He just looks very somber right now because he's not normally this quiet. He's processing. I'll look up at her. And how are you doing?
I am preparing for the moot, as well as keeping tabs on various other people I know.
What tell are you going to tell?
The fall of the Kamaratsa.
Oh my.
I believe it will make a point across to some people why it's important to work with Farah, but more importantly, why you can't bring something back that's gone.
My great-grandfather had a hand in the fall of the Bunyip.
Oof.
Oh yeah. Can't run from that one.
No, you cannot.
He felt he was justified in what he was doing, but don't often people feel that way.
They do. I usually like to have my stories remind people. Horror is a good teacher.
It is. But so is poison.
So I'm hearing.
I can't wait for Johan to join our pack. I hope he does. I think he'd find a good place among us.
I'm gonna roll Gyro lore on what his pack is.
Sure.
Is it? Do you want intelligence?
Intelligence Gyro.
8, 3, 5, 6, 1. So probably one success.
You know that his pack is named the Ministry of Ravens, and they follow Numain, which is an aspect of the Morrigan.
Ooh.
And they are known for it's a war totem, but one that's tied more in with the secrecy of war and poisoning. And most of the members of his pack, if not all of them, are poisoners of some sort.
Very different dynamics than my pack.
Oh yeah. And it is said that he is the alpha. That Sully is the alpha of that pack. Dominic is the beta.
Oh, I believe it. Especially with his attitude back.
Oh yeah.
It's why Veronica didn't get mad at him.
Would have been really bad for you during the mood, had you? Oh, by the way, cracking in the bone. Both. Deal with her.
Pretty much.
Check.
She's not stupid. She has an alpha complex, so there's only a handful of people she respects.
Exactly.
And since he's another alpha, it makes sense that she would respect him as an equal. Everyone else, it's just tough shit.
He's 2 ranks above her.
I mean, there's that, but out of game, Veronica did become alpha as a Cleef.
That's true.
When there's fosterants in her pack, so that doesn't always matter.
He smiles at her. So when are you and your merry band of miscreants going to get into the camp? Are you waiting to join together like a sorority?
For the most part. It will be me and Theo are gonna join. Out of game, I don't know.
Selenia belongs to the camp, so he's good. They're trying to figure out if they're out of game going to bring Bailey in.
Isn't Bailey was part of it, right?
He's like a hopeful.
Okay.
It's Selenia's the only person in the pack who's in it. The ritual is coming up next month. I need it, actually. Oh, God. I feel like I've been poisoned myself. I'll be doing what I can to to drain off my corruption, but I'll shake a little bit. I've had a particularly busy season.
That's something we're also going to have to prepare for, is making sure our pack members are fine, which is one reason we picked Black Unicorn.
Mm-hmm. Once you start getting older, and especially as you start doing more for the camp, you my pack and I specifically go after spirals who are very powerful, and would be magnificent assets to the nation, and we drag them to Erebus.
She smirks at that.
So very often our missions take us deep into Malpheus, or we have to build trust with them to get close enough to them. So we'll raise a brow at her. When one must face unfamiliar faces.
Another idea I thought of doing instead, I'm sure some of you have already done this.
Yes.
Find out their kinfolk, find out those that are about to go through their first change that are related to the tribe, and abduct them.
We've done that a few times, but it's actually not very easy. But it can be fun.
Out of game, I just thought of the fun of just abducting one and then have the Black Spiral Dancers be like, hey, get back here, and then be like, that'd be like, allies from the earth. Wait, who's doing that?
I think one of my favorite things about the camp is that it gives us access to the worm's gifts.
I have heard about that.
We torture gifts out of spirals and use them against them.
Oh. I have interesting ways of torturing people.
I'm sure you do. I had a feeling that is going to be your particular brand of pleasing Father Worm. It's mine.
I still have to talk to Selenia on the altar. She reveals the piece of skin from Ethan.
He'll grin. Oh, my mind took that places. I'll just rub his forehead. You know your husband's a member, right?
I kind of figured. I don't believe he would have picked me if...
I don't either. Oh my god, actually I have scars because of him.
You have scars from him?
He'll motion her to come over.
She comes over.
He'll reach up and he'll pull his shirt up. He'll show her his back. And on his shoulders, he has like where Cass basically dug his nails in and just clawed down.
Oh. I've seen him once get mad at somebody who was disrespectful to me.
No, he wasn't mad. I think he was climaxing, if I remember correctly.
This confirms in character what she thought it was.
By the way, I've slept with your husband. We have something in common. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this confirms one of the things out of game, why he wanted to sleep with Kaz.
Yeah, he'll lower his shirt, smiling. God, that night was... Whew. Let's not talk about that. I don't think your husband would probably appreciate me doing so. I wonder if that goat survived. Blink.
I have a feeling most things don't survive. And
I could give you a really gruesome account of something that happened once, but I don't think you're ready for it. He'll shake his head.
that's up to you if you feel so. As she just smirks. Out of game, I know he's testing.
There was a Spiral Girl one time that we... Out of game, how much can you handle?
I work at a hospital.
Okay.
You can tell me whatever gore you want.
Oh, it goes into more than gore. There's a Spiral Girl who was unwilling to turn her back on the spiral. We tied her up. We removed her nails, all 20 sets, drilled into her knee, poured liquid nitrogen into it, smashed it, set her on fire, passed her around. I'll let you use your imagination on that one.
She just laughs.
Slowly began to feed herself, starting at her feet. And that was the only thing that was sustaining her at that point, was her own flesh. I think we actually got her to the point where there was nothing left but a torso and head. And hold on. I think she died choking on ill motion downwards, if I remember.
I could have made sure her heart got back up, start working again.
No.
Out of game, zap.
I'm not going to lie. It was an accident. I went a little too hard,
Yes?
too long.
No, thank you. I'm not hungry right now.
Sorry.
Yeah, he just shrugs and says, I went a little too deep, too hard for too long, and kind of cut off her air supply. Kind of yikes soups. So that was fun. Not gonna lie, that was over the course of the night, actually, about 3 years ago. Your husband helped with that one, actually.
She has a neutral look, like she doesn't really care about what happened to that spiral.
He'll smile. It was fun. I needed a deep cleanse after that one, I'm not going to lie. A poor strip.
I was also informed you guys use candles to keep yourself balanced, as well as Phoenix. Protects everyone.
The candles, that's important, actually. Whenever you are doing a corrupt behavior, the candles will burn off the corruption. I've yet to burn mine out. It can take quite the wow, yeah, and I've done some shit. I actually had to scale back. I was getting bored. I'm not even kidding. I got to the point where I just shrug. It just sort of lost its appeal after a while. Being the villain, I guess. Being too brutal. You just kind of hit a wall and it's like, but really, is it? I'll kind of lean back a little bit on his arms and think, it's like anybody can be deprived. You know what I mean? I guess it takes someone special to balance the macabre, the perverse, to not just blindly become addicted to it, but to indulge in it. I'll smile softly. It's one of the hardest things about becoming a talent at first is that you can become addicted to, I'll shake his head, to your vices. It's the corruption. That's not the point. We have had to put our own members down when they've gone too far. Or take
That
them
perks our interest. It.
Or take them to Erebus. One of my packmates, actually, I had to put him down a couple of years ago. I'll shake his head. I'll shake his head. That was bad, actually. That was really bad. He had he just became indiscriminate. And then one day he I think it was a clutch of Mogulai. We just opened up in it and started slaughtering their young ones. I had to cover our asses. Actually, I had to bring in the big guy. I had to bring Tolia to run council. I'd mediate. And they called for his death. We performed the rite of Gaia's vengeful teeth on him.
Out of game, wow.
Yeah.
In game, no. She just has a neutral look while paying attention to the details.
I'll tilt his head at her. I both appreciate you and can't wait to see the person you become when you're older, when you've had time to mellow. You begin to hit your stride. Now you're young. And although you definitely have much potential and have already done several great things, you only have up to go from here. And you haven't learned yet how to, let's think a moment how to word it, because he's not trying to insult her. You haven't learned yet how to express your emotions in a he'll smile softly. You fall back on the Shadow Lord's lordly arrogance to convey your strength. There's nothing wrong with that. I'll shrug softly. But it's something that's very common in young Shadow Lords. And as you grow, you learn to, and he'll reach out and he'll touch her cheek with his fingers. You learn to wear your emotions like an ever-changing mask. And it becomes an art form. Neutrality is almost a bane because you don't want to be neutral. No, 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 no. You want to be superior. And so you learn how to go from a cold, almost lifeless sneer to a look of regal ferocity. He actually draws his fingertips away from her face. I help him around to see it.
I'm going to roll a perception and empathy.
Okay.
Nine, 8, 2, 6, 2.
Okay, what are you trying to perceive?
Honestly, the motive's obvious where there is admiration, but I want to know, like, with all the gestures, if that's just, like, only admiration, or is that just him just trying to get her interested in him?
He knows that she's interested in him. He's playing off of it. Like, he's just being mutually, like, he knows that he can do that to her, so he's doing it.
Of course he is.
He just has that comfort level with her that he doesn't feel, he feels he can touch her. So he's just comfortable with her, is what she gets.
Okay.
He's not trying to seduce her or anything like that. He's not unwelcome to the idea. He's not particularly hurting for lovers. So
He doesn't seem like the type of man that would be.
No. He's one of those you can take it or leave it types. Does he desire her? Sure, she's beautiful.
You cut off.
I said he's not openly flirting with her. He's just he's comfortable with her, and so he can speak comfortably to her. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
I take it she's processing everything he just said.
She is, as well as thinking things over with her pack. Because outer game, if there's ways to get more power, she's looking to do so. Just as long as it doesn't break the alpha complex.
I'll look at her a moment. We'll think. What are you doing after the moot?
I haven't figured that out yet.
Why don't? Why don't I bring over a bottle of wine? And you may cast. Open it up. And we'll see where things go.
Outer game. He has no hesitation with these things.
Oh, he's a dominatrix. He don't care. And he's not. He just doesn't care.
And I have a feeling Kaz isn't going to care either.
Oh, hell no. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God.
He'll be interested. He'll be like, oh, well, this is what you're in for if you do that.
I mean, if you're not interested, it's fine. He shrugs. Like, he sincerely shrugs, like, softly.
Yeah. Let me talk to Kaz and see what he's doing.
Oh. You wound me. Is it me, or are you just not making this too easy for me?
He can make a subterfuge check out of game.
Do me a favor and roll 10 dice for me. If it's perception subterfuge.
Damn, he has 10 subterfuge.
Oh, yeah, he's got 5. And actually, his subterfuge specialty is ulterior motives.
Here, I'll just copy and paste the result.
Oh my, that is successes.
So with Veronica, aside from the alpha complex, she tests people a lot to see what they're capable of, because it's not really to be insulting or anything like that, but that's just how she comes off. And she doesn't like to reveal her motives at all.
Nice.
So
he's not the kind who pushes. He doesn't pursue hard. So he pulls back for the moment. He's patient.
Not to mention the other... I'm sorry, what?
He says, well, you go ahead and do that.
Because outer game Veronica, as much as she's an alpha, she's very respectful to her mates.
Oh, right though. He'll hop up. He'll toss the stuff he had in the basket. And he'll smile at her and he'll give her a 2-finger salute. Enchanting evening. See you tonight.
All right.
You want to switch to Cass for a second?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you want to switch to Cass?
Sure.
Oh, by the way. Just a little. He's laying on the floor in the living room.
Of course he is.
He's in Hamid too. It's the best part. He's just laying on his back, kind of stretched out. It's one of those how the fuck are you in that position things. She's kind of stretched, all funny.
She doesn't question it really with him.
He'll look up. His arm is his hand's on his stomach, and he just looks up at her. Why do we have toes?
Because that's how Gaia made him. I don't know. I haven't thought of that part yet.
Like flexes his foot. Like, you know how a cat will flex their foot?
Yeah.
Flexes his foot. His toes. They're so strange. He just looks at his foot and puts it back down. Things cats think.
Yep.
And he'll just look at her like it's the most beautifulest thing in the world for him to look at.
She smirks.
He's so happy. He purrs deep in his chest. I think that's my favorite thing in the entire world. And he'll hold his arms out to her.
She goes and gets him.
He pulls her down into his arms.
Of course he does.
And oh yawn. I'm sleepy. Are you going to nap with me before the moot?
I can do that. I want to mention something, though.
This is going to be rich. What is it?
I encountered Sullivan Black to ask him about what happened to Paris.
I've never in my entire life heard someone's name uttered with so much conflict.
And afterwards, he invited me and you over his place with a bottle of wine.
Well then. How do you feel?
Out of game, she won't like really express it. She just expects him to figure out with the subterfuge because she's not good with that. Also out of game, Veronica is open to trying that.
Okay. I'll just look over at her. I'll lick her nose. Maybe I don't want somebody else touching my mate. He'll bite her hand. He'll playfully take her hand in his mouth.
That is up to you. He just like scratches his hair. Because out of game, she's very respectful.
Then I'll tell him that later tonight. And he'll roll over on top of her and like brace himself over her. You're mine, and he can't have you yet. I'm not ready to share. And he'll playfully nip her neck.
Which she even grins even bigger.
He'll purr, and he'll rub his face against her chest.
Because guess what this does out of game?
What?
This makes the ego complex bigger.
Maybe one day. Maybe. If I'm feeling generous. Then he'll lay down on her chest. Then he falls asleep. Just catnap. Listening to her heartbeat.
And she's just relaxing.
Still in Hamid. I think we can end things there, right?
Pretty much.
Oh, no. Goodbye. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Cat naps. Bye.